Alright, here we are again working for the Lurin Commonwealth once more against House Mech. So our drop has once again put us in the very corner of the map, right behind what appears to be two lances of House Mech troops. And we are fielding something a little bit non-standard. Here we have a Firestarter FS9 instead of our Hollander, because on the last recorded mission, which was right before I did this drop, took a little bit of internal structure damage to our Hollander 2, so he's in the repair shop right now. We are going to reserve down. There's no sense really shooting anybody yet. We might be able to get a good melee hit, judging from what we got hit by on the last mission. So I highly advise you guys watch that just for the sheer number of death from above attempts from the AI. But turns out that melee sort of gets through some of that evasion. So let's wait. Let's wait. They do have a fair number. I guess. Let's show you what they've got first. Crusader 3R, Thunderbolt, Victor, Stalker, which this is the laser heavy configuration, which I'm actually less afraid of, just because the missile heavy configuration can deal so much stability damage. It's very nice for knocking things down. Banshee 3Q, AC-20 and a small laser. Well, a bit of a joke of an assault mech, but heavily armored, can move pretty quick, so it's not terrible, especially because evasion is buffed in 3062. Banshee 3E, I mean, Banshees are just not very good. Quick draw, double ER large laser is probably a bit more of an effective long-range support configuration than the standard quad medium. And some unknown 75-tonner, probably, I don't know, it could be a Marauder, it could be something like that. So, let's wait and see what they do.
Holding for the right opportunity.
We unfortunately don't have tank support, because our tank support was on that Hollander 2. Okay, a little bit of scatter damage coming in on Marauder.
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Hostile contacts inbound that may already be shooting at us. Like, yeah, good job, Darius, you're so good at this. Let's go ahead and wait again, let a couple more of them go before we start sort of countering. Thunderbolt shooting in at the back of the Axeman, landing what looks like a single MG hit. Yeah, I think that thing carries MGs. On the back of the Axeman, not really a big deal there. Crusader, okay. Medium lasers, some missile fire. We should probably turn the Axeman around sooner rather than later. But the armor is holding for right now. Still, I mean, it's halfway through the back armor on the left and right side torsos. Okay, another shot coming in. That's the double larges off of the quick draw. Seems these guys, the Axeman is drawing a little bit of fire here. Let's see what I can do.
Commander?
So our chances to hit in melee are pretty good. What we could do...
Ready for orders.
Can you not? Well, I guess you can't.
Standing by.
Let's see. 53%. No, target move. Okay, let's not do that. I doubt either of these guys will be able to land a pretty good hit on the Axeman, so let's just keep waiting, keep waiting. Sun Tzu and everything, I guess. Wait to strike. When you strike, strike hard. So let's see what the other Banshee has in store for us. More damage to the rear of that Axeman. Just 1 second here. Alright. So we're waiting on the Victor and the Banshee with the AC-20. This guy must have, yep, Elite Vanguard. That pilot has the +2 priority perk. Let's keep waiting. That Axeman's rear armor is getting dangerously low. But yep, that's why we did it. Okay, so dodge the AC-20 with the Marauder. What was that? Oh, that was against the UAC-5. So now what we can do,
Ready for orders.
could go in, So that hatchet here isn't going to be able to get through very much. If you take a look at the Victor, a single strike would expose... Okay, a single strike would expose internal structure on the arm or torso, but not on the legs, not on the CT. Yeah, that would not be fantastic. I wonder if we could...
Yes, Commander.
How far can we get with this? We're still using a kick off of this guy. Why is that? This building, that looks like a bit of a bug in the state of damage. If it was doing a charge, maybe? Okay, so that looks like something that's viable. Let's wait until Initiative 1. Banshee's coming around. Okay, so the Axeman needs to move and needs to front face to everything from here on out. Preferably with a little bit of evasion. So, I'll tell you what.
Duncan Fisher here.
Oh, that's a charge. We're going to pound into that Victor. See if we can take the AC-20 off the field. Or, I wonder... Yeah, so Victors are relatively lightly armored for assault mechs. You can see that in the overall tally here, 680. They're very fast, they have jump jets, they have decent armament, but they pay for that with their armor values. So here, you know, all in the 87 to 98% chance to hit.
Lining them up.
And it looks like this mech right in the CT, I feel, and that's one shot from the Atlas and the mech down. That's exactly what you want to have happen. This close range is why we put the improved heavy Gauss on there to begin with. Open up something like the CT for crit seeking, and then kill the engine. So what's our next biggest threat? The AC-20 I'm not that worried about. It might be the Stalker. But Stalkers do have a fair amount of armor. Quick Draw I'm not too worried about. The other Banshee I'm not too worried about. Thunderbolt actually has a fair amount of guns on it, but also is very heavily armored for a 65 tonner. This thing, you know, has more armor almost by half again than the Victor that we just killed. Crusader, fair amount of LRMs and SRMs. Okay, so that's the answer. So we're going to move back a little bit here, and we're going to shoot another Stalker. With the plasma rifles, try and cook that guy out. Potentially go for some ammo explosions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plasma residue plus 676 heat. And that mech is over the red line, which is very nice. On the next round, we might be able to shut him down before he gets another chance to go.
Standing by.
So at this point, we can move the Ostrak up. That's a locked... well... Okay, so I wanted to potentially go around so I could get a rear shot on the Banshee in the next turn. He has a lot of damage mitigation, but so do my other targets. So we may as well just start working in on this guy. Okay, a little bit of collateral damage on the quick draw behind him is pretty nice. Let's see, how far can I go? Okay. That's actually an option here, so we're gonna go around to the side of this Banshee, or not Banshee, Stalker, and we're gonna let him up with these flamers. Actually, having said that, an active probe ping here would be wonderful. They don't have a lot of evasion, but this damages all of their shots. It's pretty much the entire Op 4 too. I mean, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs, and only 6 instead of 7 because we've already taken one off the field. And I'm not worried about that Stalker's heat values.
Commander.
Should be able to handle that decently well on the next time. So we are unfortunately just going to turn here and open up with that hatchet.
For physical attack.
See what that does. 65, 65. Good. Where did that go into? Looks like the left side torso and the right arm. Right arm's not exactly where I wanted that. But what we can do now. This guy moves pretty early on, so I'm not worried about his exposed rear to these heavier mechs here. He'll move again before they get a chance to. It's a kick going over the legs, and... okay, we hit with all 4 medium lasers. Looks like structure exposed there on the left torso. It's going pretty well for us there. And we have the Timberwolf left.
Standing
bad
by.
click. So we can go into the Banshee, but it has a lot of damage mitigation. Quick draw is not that deadly. Shooting into that Thunderbolt's pretty nice, but missed missiles will probably hit the back of the Chameleon. I don't love my accuracy other places. Let's move up here. let's go in after the Thunderbolt, and if we switch to the HEs, yep, 91.2% accuracy. Let's see what we can do here. We learned both the lasers, and still goes on Inferno rounds, unfortunately, but we actually did a fair amount of heat damage on him, and probably wouldn't have bored through the outer armor anyway.
Good to go.
Okay, so the fire starter's moving. I think I'll leave him there for right now. And moving on 7, we have Marauder. So we'll come up a little bit higher for the height bonus, penalty to hit for them, and accuracy for us. And we're gonna pound into this stalker again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that mech is almost shut down. Not quite, which actually suits me just fine. We could force it to shut down with the fire starter, but then our fire starter would have basically no evasion pips, which is not what you want if you want your fire starter to not get killed by assault mechs. Best we can get looks like kind of like this. We will expose her back to that Orion, but I think that's okay for one turn with the evasion and the damage mitigation that we have. And we can shoot in the back of this Banshee, which will avoid his guarded. Very nice. Heat looks like it was kind of irrelevant there. We will start burning this forest down, which, seeing as we're not standing in it, is okay with me.
Good to go.
Potentially give a fair number of them some penalties there. I think you do still get penalties for standing in burned forests, which, you know, Smokey the Bear disapproves.
Roger that.
Okay, so here we're gonna have to go after this Orion on the next turn instead of showing our back. This is the best move in terms of taking these guns off the field quickly. We do destroy that AC-5,
Solid connection on that one.
which is very nice. And the Stalker got a sensor lock and cooled below the red line. That's actually pretty impressive. Turns out we should have probably shut him down when we had the chance. I think what we'll do now is we'll go in for a kick on this quick draw.
Aye, aye.
No damage mitigation means I'm going to target you. Because the damage we're getting through on the Banshees was a little bit subpar. Possibly should have waited a little bit longer for that. Let's see. Double large lasers lining in on the Atlas, but we can take that damage for quite a while before it becomes a problem. Okay, that guy moved quite far away. Now he does have damage mitigation, but that leg is decently open for more melees. And he's standing between me and his Orion, so that'll actually obstruct his shots in there. That's pretty good for us.
Good to go.
What I think we will do is go for another physical weapon strike against that Crusader. We do get 40% damage resist when we do that, because Slapdash has perks that give her extra guarded states, and we didn't actually land where we wanted to. So next on fire, Axeman, you know, no evasion, but 40% damage resist is pretty good. And that Thunderbolt's having trouble sinking heat, so we might want to go after him. A little bit more heat damage. Crusader, unfortunately, the hatchet has just been scattering all across this mech. I wish there was different clustering rules for that. That would make sense to me, but you know, deal with what we got. What we could do, it's very tempting. I'm sorry for the bad camera angle there. Is we could come around this side and open up into the back of that Banshee. You can do that with 4 evasion pips and a not terrible facing, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if we'll be able to pound through in one go. If we take a look in, I mean, 50 and 100 on each of those, 150 total. There's no way we're going to be able to get through his center torso, but I think this guy has an XL engine. And a lot of ammo besides. Nope, standard engine. Okay. Wow, that's impressive. This is the size of it. Oh yeah, it's a 380 core. Yeah, that's why he's not carrying any other guns. But let's see what we can do with this.
Go.
Oh, and the ammo explosion's gone.
Mech destroyed.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why you need case if you're gonna carry that many pieces of ammo. I mean, that guy may as well have had an XL engine. He was that vulnerable to losing a side torso, right? So not having it really didn't save him. Did take a large shot on the Marauder. Probably going to have to move him. Oh, it looks like a solid round from the LBX-10 on that Orion. If we take a look, pounded into our leg, which is okay. Could be worse. And that is one brave Crusader. Yeah, okay.
Duncan Fisher here.
So we have very, very good accuracy on the Stalker with that improved heavy Gauss, but really on nothing else. So what I'm tempted to do is just say, you know what, let's go in for a kick. It balances out our recoil here on the heavy Gauss. And we can Battle Lord that next turn for the damage bonus. We still get a 100 damage kick in on the Crusader, which will be almost enough to kill either one of those legs. Will be enough with a little bit of supporting fire, which hopefully we can do right here.
Heading that way.
Again, that LRM-20 is
Bringing
able to
the
shoot
pain.
because it's a clan LRM, so it has no
Ah well, that's the way the Mech Warrior crumbled.
I love watching that Atlas work, I really do. 2 turns, 2 kills on that thing. Granted, we got a little bit of an assist from the Axeman this time around, but
Waiting
not that
for
much
orders.
of one, really. So, because this Stalker was having so much of a good time sinking the heat
Consider me there.
from our Marauder, we're going to go over and give a little bit of extra heat on him using our fire starter. We had to run through fire to get there, that's why we're cooking a little bit here. But I do want to fire into those flamers.
Copy that.
Push him back over the red line if I can. See what we do? Yep. Yeah, back over the red line, which is exactly what I wanted. And that damage is on the left leg, so we'll present a right side facing here as much as we can. So it's still kind of central, but it's alright. Not great chances to hit. What's that coming from? Into forest +5, yeah. 2, 3. We still landed all 4. Very nice. Plasma residue plus those flamers. We push this guy again almost up to shutting down. So we'll have to be careful there. And now we have an exposed torso and exposed right leg.
Waiting for
Might be
order.
worth actually going in there for a kick on him. That is 50 or 59 structure, so we would survive that. Quick draw, might not. And I did want to sort of go in on this Oni 1M. This guy does have an XL engine, so it's particularly vulnerable to getting shot at from behind. What melee options do I have available? I could go in. It's a lot of leg armor, it's really not going to be that effective. So let's come around behind him.
Coordinates received.
And no precision strike, but we can still fire in here.
Firing a full salvo.
Before we do open up, it looks like the rear left torso. Armor on that guy, and the Stalker, once again, not shooting. There's that ammo explosion I was waiting for, and that's another Mech down. Very
Standing
nice.
by.
Very, very nice. Let's see what we can get with the Ostrock. No rear shot there. We can get a rear shot here, but we haven't yet damaged that quick draw's back armor. We have damaged the Banshee's back armor. So what I'm tempted to do... Is that decent? No, not really. There we'd be standing in fire. There we'd be massively vulnerable to everyone behind us. Let's take this.
Moving to position.
The accuracy isn't the best with those small lasers, but this guy's already damaged. So let's see what we can do here. Even just tearing off the skull torso, I'm very happy. Which we don't manage. But that is more structure exposed, and we did kill an actuator, it looks like. Okay. Thunderbolt, shooting the Axeman, does a lot of damage to that one side. It looks like he also hit him in the head, but high enough gut score to avoid that damage there. And this guy's cooking himself. Look at that. Pushed himself over the red line there. I think it's from standing in the fire.
Standing by.
We can make use of that. We definitely can make use of that. So, we come in here and we do a physical weapon hit. See what we can get.
Coordinates received.
It's a very nice hatchet.
Putting my weight into it.
Okay. It's unsteady, but we scattered that damage again. These legs are very, very injured, and that torso is also very injured. Quick draw missing with both of his large lasers. Good for us. Very good for us. A little bit surprising, but No, he's not even panicking yet, so I'm not really sure. Just bad rolls for him, I suppose. It does happen. Now the Banshee can move next.
Waiting for orders.
What I'm tempted to do... That's horrible accuracy. It'd be nice, but it's just bad accuracy. That's much better. We can save our rear facing from the only thing left to move here, the Orion. We're doing this. And since we're in the forest, we no longer get that +5, I believe. Let's go ahead and slow this guy down, and oof, what can we turn off here that looks okay? That'll still cook us. I want the crit seeking from these SRMs, so we're going to turn off the ER large, and we're going to try to go in. Let's look. Do we even have enough damage to kill this? Yeah. So each one of our SRMs can do max 54, so let's call that 150 from the 3 of them roughly. Yeah, we could get there, but we need perfect clustering off the SRMs. Probably wouldn't happen. Still, let's try for it. Another ammo explosion.
Hope we can
And
salvage
that's a
that.
knockdown. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Narc detected. Okay, that means that will be easier to hit with future missile salvos. It's actually really dangerous to get hit with that at the beginning of a fight, especially on higher skull levels where the LRM number that people can go at you with is just absurd. So we have 3 choices left. Wow, we're getting much faster at killing things. I do quite enjoy it. Our best accuracy is in at that Orion, it looks like. Well, no. Yeah, no, best accuracy is in the Thunderbolt. Close to us, I hadn't necessarily wanted to do that yet, but I mean, there's no reason not to at this point. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Fair amount of damage there, but he actually survived it. We did get a knockdown. The heavy Gauss does a ton of stability damage. Left torso destroyed, left arm destroyed. Fair amount of damage to the legs as well, where we pounded that heavy Gauss rifle in. Only 7 internal remaining on the left leg. Okay.
Ready for
So we have
orders.
Firestarter. And Firestarter does have a precision strike, which we're going to take advantage
You
of.
want
I don't
that?
want this guy
I can give you fast.
moving on 5. I don't want him moving before that Ostrock has a chance to move. A chance to punish him before his positioning there again. And we can fire everything and remain heat neutral. Pretty good damage. Another actuator destroyed. We've been punishing the back of that clip drop for a while now. Oh no, actually, sorry, that was the Thunderbolt. No? Ah. Yeah. Took a shot at the Orion last turn. Okay, what can we do that looks decently effective? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we come down here, avoid the +5 for shooting into the forest. Only +1 if you're standing in it, I guess. And we could go after the CT, but it would probably survive. I think it'd be better to go after the more stable leg. That way, if we can ping 2 hits in there, then have 1 scattered to the other leg, that'll take that mech down. Okay. Doesn't quite work like I'd wanted. But, I mean, oh man, look at this mech. He's barely holding on. We did kill that right leg. We just didn't hit the left leg. It has 7 structure left, keeping this mech on the battlefield. No arms, no torsos. This guy is a leg, a central torso, and a cockpit, and that's it. That's pathetic is what that is. Can I get any rear shot? I can. Okay, get a rear shot
Location
like this.
confirmed.
A little precision strike to slow him down. And we don't manage to take out either side torso. But here's the thing, we've tunneled through his back armor here, we're doing damage to structure, which means when we work our way through from the front, that structure damage is already done, we have less to go through before that mech is down. Now, that's all very good, that's exactly what we want. I probably should have had the Ostrock go around there for that, but too late for that now. Instead, we can use the Ostrock to go over here, and see if we can get a nice rear shot into that quick draw, which we do. Not enough to kill him.
Target's taken a critical
This is
hit.
sort of the point of the campaign where, I mean, as you guys can see, what was effective at the start, things like the Ostrak with its buckets of medium and small lasers, begins to get a little bit less effective. Things we're fighting just have so much armor in each of their hit locations that you can't really, with that scattering, you can't really do much that's very effective,
Orders.
unfortunately. Will, I think... Yeah, let's do a kick and open up with everything. So we'll need to be trading out that sort of build for something with a little bit more single instance punch. This is where things like Gauss rifles are very good. The things that we're shooting at have
Tango
less
down.
evasion, and we're better at stripping it, right? So,
Standing
doubly
by.
good for us, I suppose. I think what we're gonna do, can I get a rear shot here? Turning away. Can. It's not excellent. Decent chance of friendly fire here, but I think it'll be okay. Oh, I have a precision strike. That will solve the accuracy problems. Do I want that on or not? No, it's okay. We'll shoot in the SRM6s, the ATM. See what we can do. Yeah, that's fine.
Enemy eliminated.
Very nice. So we have only one enemy mech remaining on the field, that's the Orion. Shoots in now. The Atlas. Irrelevant levels of what amounts to
goes the
small
big job.
arms fire with that LRM coming in. That's incredible. Okay.
Duncan
So I think
Fisher
what we'll
here.
do next, is we'll go into a planet that's being contested, and we'll try to save that planet for the Lunar Commonwealth. That'll keep us in 1 AO for a while, and we'll do a couple missions, sort of try and conquer a planet. Not for ourselves, but yeah, I think it still sounds pretty cool. So let's see if we can do only 47% chance to hit from the recoil penalty, and we've lost our +1 from over half resolve. But you know, let's flip a coin.
Lighting them up.
And our opponent comes up heads, even nicer comes up tails yet again. We do get a pilot hit there, I think off one of the SRMs or LRMs, something small. No, actually, that looks like it might have been one of the pulses probably hitting in there.
What's up, boss?
You know what? I don't really feel like wasting time with the
Holding
fire
for
starter.
tactical advantage.
Let's fall all the way down to 5, and then let's see what we can
Ready
do.
for orders.
Let's get the Ostrak back here. That's a little bit better accuracy. Going for a rear strike. So at this point, this guy really doesn't have much structure left. Oh, okay, he does. Yeah, we messed with our big gun, unfortunately. Okay. Gyro crit, SRM destroyed, gyro destroyed.
Scored a critical hit.
This guy will... I think the gyro destruction, let's take a look. Unsteady threshold is now 0. Cool. So, he's going to be unsteady all the time. Oof, mech on fire. Yeah, we're cooking. The plasma rifles run quite hot. But still, we can take that shot. Slows him down to initiative 3, which is what I wanted. And we can move to 4, take the
Commander?
Timberwolf. Get him over back here for a rear shot as well.
Quick stepping it.
Not the best accuracy I've ever seen, but we'll take it. We can Battle Lord, which we will. And run a little toasty. We could have opened up the other Era Large, but the accuracy bonus to the SRMs will be more than
Firing
compensation.
from it.
And that's my
Target
I hope
down.
we get dropped in a little farther away next time, but right now, that's the mission. Thank you guys for hanging around.
Mission successful.